So Amazon Prime has a new movie. It's called G20. Streaming exclusive. The cover art, the wallpaper I saw was Viola Davis in a beautiful red flowing dress, machine gun in her hand, all business, all attitude. No interest from me. Doesn't look like my cup of tea. I'm going to move by it. Day goes by. There it is again on my computer when I fired up Amazon Prime. That afternoon, I see it on the TV in the distance as my wife is scrolling through the queue. I upload my next couple reviews onto YouTube only to be greeted by several comments saying, "Sir, Adam, sir." They come to me with tears in their eyes. "Why have you not reviewed G20? And then today, the final straw that broke the Adam's cock. I try to sit down for a nice breakfast only to see once again that massive graphic greeting my eyeballs with a new banner underneath that says #1 in the world. Somehow this random new ass movie I'd never heard of until a couple days ago based on the one picture and nothing else has become #1. And so now I have to review it. There is no question, which unfortunately meant I had to sit down and watch it first. And now that it's over, I come to you with a pretty pathetic, disheveled look. But you know what? I'm not going to put any effort in because this movie didn't. Let's talk about G20 in a spoiler review, I suppose. Does the film hit the G-spot? Or do I think not? Let's talk about it. Before I talk about our lovely new president, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm being told off camera that the tariffs do not affect it. It's still free of charge. You can hit the subscribe. It won't cost you a dime. So please do that and we'll get on with the show. Viola Davis is back in what can only be described as a new version of Die Hard, but it's a black woman, so a good chunk of people would call it a DEI hard. Subscribe for slight racism. The premise is simple. President Danielle Sutton is at the G20 summit prepared to give her speech about this amazing new thing America's gonna do, which is feed folks in Africa. Can't get universal health care, but we got concepts of a plan for Africa, I guess. Unfortunately, that meeting's never going to commence because villains have entered the picture. Leading the charge is none other than Homelander himself, Anthony Starr. He's a crypto bro. I know this because he uses words like blockchain and AI and digital wallet. But don't worry, friends. He's going up against a strong female lead. And for the President of the United States, quite frankly, it's about time. But seriously, Viola Davis has proven herself in the past to be a force to be reckoned with. She was in that film called The Woman King a few years back that people collectively lost their minds about online, saying it was fake and that was not the story and she was a villain. And they didn't see the movie because had they have watched it like I did, they would have realized, oh, she is the villain in the film. She was also fantastic in it, like she typically is. Or was. Until this movie. Which she's also a producer on. Not sure why. Maybe that was just like, we'll toss her a producer cred. Since she clearly hates every moment she's on screen. Viola Davis is so uninterested in the movie she's starring in, it's insane. But that's how it's gonna be across the board. Funny man Anthony Anderson's in this as her husband Derek. Anthony's typically hilarious. Here he is so basic, just a shell of a man. And I mentioned Anthony Starr, who absolutely kills it as Homelander. Here, he's putting in the most bare effort performance possible. But it's kind of hard not to when you got a script as stupid as this one. So the G20 is taken over by terrorists. Apparently, American soldiers or any allies nearby are like 6 hours away, so they can't get here to help. Which means the president needs to take matters into her own hands. Yeah, this time I'ma let it all come out. I'ma do things my way. There's a subplot that doesn't really go anywhere. She has a daughter and a son. The son's completely useless. The daughter, a hacking expert at 18 who likes to run out of the house and cause trouble for her mom's image. We start out seeing her go to a club, getting away from the detail that's supposed to be following her, keeping an eye on things. She gets put on the news, spotted by some locals, filmed her. She's drunk. She's a shit show. Actually, she looked fine. She was just like holding a beer or something and dancing. She came home. Parents are upset, of course. But that's really as far as this plot's gonna go. The daughter does say at one point that she doesn't really think much of her mom because the mom's all about her own image. Well, when she sees her mom kill some dudes with her bare hands later, she's like, you know what? My mom's actually pretty cool. Weird thing to think about at that moment, but all right. The movie's about an hour and 45 minutes long. It's rated R, I guess. That's what IMDb says. I don't remember anything happening that would even remotely get us to an R rating. That's bizarre. I mean, maybe something happened when I passed out on the couch after about an hour of the film, or I slept during an hour of the film. It's hard to know. This movie sucked ass. I put out a few reviews in a row lately that I looked back on and thought, man, I was pretty nice to these. I was pretty generous. I didn't outright praise them, but I was like, it's fine. Bleh, whatever. But after seeing G20, oh my God, I made the right call with those reviews. I was right where I should be with the tepid response, because G20 has really set the stage for how you do a movie badly. It looks like they put some money into it. They got some big name stars. Visually speaking, it looks like a lot of it was shot in front of a green screen or one of those fancy digital backgrounds. I would imagine they saved a good amount of money on the script that was churned out in probably 20 minutes using some sort of a Chat GPT. And I really don't think much stunt work is necessary either, because the camera is so shaky, so all over the place during the fights, and there's so many hard edits constantly. They could just basically go like this, and then they take another camera angle where they're following through, and then they slice it together, so it's like, gotcha, shaky cam, mask what's happening, just kind of throw punches around, shaky cam it. Viola Davis on the poster is wearing her iconic, at this point it's iconic, red dress. In the movie, it's orange. I don't know if something happened in post-production with the coloring, but this is a fucking orange dress, okay? And they call it a red dress in the movie. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. I will provide some trailer footage here because I'm nice like that. And in the trailer, the dress is red. The coloring in the trailer and in the final product are different. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a TV thing. Maybe it's a setting thing. That's very possible. All I know is there's some sort of a viral bullshit red or orange meme thing going on, if this was not G20 and it was something people cared about. What else can I possibly say? The dialogue and the score are completely generic. It's like they put placeholders in for both, thinking they'd go back and eventually add something new and original, and then just said, fuck it, we're good. What's extra sad about this one is it's not outright terrible to the point where it's funny and fun to watch, nor is it even remotely good. It sits in that bad category where you're just miserably thinking to yourself, what did I do in my life that got me to this point? How did I let Amazon marketing win by shoving this stupid picture down my throat? How much money did they spend on this, and why did they think this was a good idea? How is it ranked number 1 in the world on Amazon right now? Who is watching this movie? Are they even watching it? Did they get through the movie? I refuse to believe that for a second. Why is Viola Davis so sad in this movie? Why is she even in it? Speaking of the action, I am very, very generous when it comes to these types of movies. A lot of people online are like, there's no way a 110-pound woman can beat up a 200-pound Marine. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous. I'm watching a movie. They're supposed to be highly skilled or whatever. I shut my brain off on it. There's no way, and I bring this up a lot, people don't push back because they know it's ridiculous. There's no way a 60-year-old John Wick, Keanu Reeves, is killing 800 people either, no matter how skilled he is. It's just stupid to make that argument. And I typically don't care about either. I'm watching a fun, escapist action movie. However, Viola Davis in The Woman King, compared to Viola Davis here, is just a shell of her former self. She doesn't really look in shape anymore. She's not moving with any sort of ease. It's pretty much how I felt when I watched Lawrence Fishburne the other night in The Amateur running after Mr. Robot and he's catching up with him. Really? Schlubby-ass Lawrence Fishburne's catching him? I love my fish, but I can't stretch my imagination even for him. But the section of film I really wanted to point to for this that I couldn't help myself but laugh. It's the only time this film elicited any emotion from me, so I should bring it up. They're in the elevator for a Captain America-esque fight, but not, because it's awful. Our president's on the ground getting choked out, and this tiny-ass white bitch is up top of the elevator. She gently slides down a silk scarf and pulls up on a bad guy. So he's choking Viola, and then this woman has virtually no leverage. She's dangling down with this little silky thing. This guy is huge. All he would have to do is go woof, and she would be dead. Or at least have a really horrible headache. But no, he's like, whoa, what could I possibly do in this situation? The same actually happens later, where Viola Davis uses a gun and puts it up against the guy's throat. And he's like, oh, what could I do? Oh, she's got me pinned down. I'm against a box and I have a gun against me. Oh wait, my hands are free. I can just hit her in the ribs a few times, or headbutt her, or I don't know, just push the gun off of my throat. But no, he's gonna choke out very quickly. So even I do have a line. I love me a good Black Widow scene where she's spinning around a guy's waist, pops up on his head with her thighs, and snaps his neck, rolls off the back. Parker Posey's up a wall, spin kicks around, throws an elbow, disassembles a gun, takes out a baton. But we have none of that here. There's no acrobatic stuff going on. There's no fluid movements. There's no decent choreography at all. It's just, I got you pinned. What are you gonna do? Action. But for the one of you that was super pumped up to hear my thoughts on G20 because you genuinely thought it could be great, I hate to break it to you, friend. It is bad. And somehow it's ranked #1 in the world on Amazon. Is nothing else playing on the streaming app right now to make that possible? Who knows? Are they lying? Probably. It's just, they don't release numbers on anything, so they could just be a bullshit statement. Anyway, it ruined my morning and my breakfast. But hopefully I saved a few more breakfasts out there from being ruined. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't. I post content every day almost on this channel. It's wild stuff. A lot of movie reviews, occasionally live streams, roasts, rants, everything movies all the time. Would love to have you stick around. And hopefully you do just that. And I see you next time. Take care. Thanks again for watching the video. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it if you checked out patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. That's where fans of my channel go to help support it. There are different tiers with different offerings, exclusives every month. We got multiple movie reviews. There's a vlog monthly. And even if you don't want to plop down $1 a month, you can just sign up for Patreon for free and become a member at no charge. Appreciate your time. Thanks.